Imagine Europe in 120 BC. It's a different world. Tribes move across the land. They search for new homes. One such group were the Cimbri. These fierce warriors came from the north. Something had forced them to leave their homes. Maybe the weather had changed. Maybe there wasn't enough food. Whatever the reason, they were on the move, and they were heading south, towards the lands of the Roman Republic. The Romans were the most powerful people in the Mediterranean. They had built a mighty empire, but they weren't ready for the Cimbri. These barbarians were tough and strong. They were also desperate. They would fight to the death for a new home. The stage was set for a clash of civilizations. The Cimbri weren't just raiders, they traveled with their families. Their wagons carried everything they owned. They were looking for a place to settle, a place to call home. But their journey brought them into conflict with Rome. The Romans were used to dealing with tribes, but the Cimbri were different. They were more organized, more determined. They were also joined by other tribes. The Teutones and the Ambrones threw in their lot with the Cimbri. Together, they were a force to be reckoned with. The Romans first encountered the Cimbri in 113 BC. A Roman army was sent to stop them. They thought it would be easy. They were wrong. The Cimbri crushed the Roman legions at the Battle of Arausio. It was a shocking defeat. Rome was in danger. News of the defeat sent shockwaves through the Republic. The Senate called for a strong leader, someone who could save Rome. That man was Gaius Marius. Marius knew he had to reform the army, but he didn't have time. The Cimbri were on the move again. They had joined forces with the Teutones and Ambrones. Together, they marched towards Italy. Another Roman army tried to stop them. This time at Arausio in 105 BC. It was an even bigger disaster than Norea. The Roman army was completely destroyed. Tens of thousands were killed. The way to Italy lay open. Rome had never faced such a threat. It seemed like this was the end of the Roman Republic. Marius, the savior of Rome. In their hour of need, the Roman people turned to Gaius Marius. He was a tough soldier, a proven leader, and he was ruthless. Marius knew what he had to do. He would build a new army, an army that would crush the Cimbri and save Rome. Marius made many changes to the army. He made it easier for poor citizens to join. He improved their training and equipment. He also made the legions more disciplined. Marius's reforms transformed the Roman army. It would be the bedrock of Roman power for centuries to come. A new breed of soldier. Marius's new army was very different. Before, most soldiers were farmers. They only fought part-time. Marius's soldiers were professionals. They trained all the time. They were tougher, meaner, and ready to die for Rome. Marius also changed how the army was organized. He divided the legions into smaller units called cohorts. This made the army more flexible in battle. The Roman army was now a force to be reckoned with. They were ready to face the Cimbrian threat. The calm before the storm. For a few years the Cimbri disappeared. Where did they go? What were they doing? No one knew. But Marius knew they would be back. He kept his army ready. He trained them hard. He knew the next battle would decide the fate of Rome. The moment of truth came in 101 BC. The Cimbri had returned. They marched into northern Italy. Marius was waiting for them. The two armies met at a place called Vercellae, on what estimated to be July 30th, 101 BC, a hot summer's day. The sun beat down on the battlefield. The Roman army was outnumbered, but they were better equipped. They were also better trained. The Cimbri were confident. They had never been beaten in open battle. They charged headlong into the Roman lines. It was a mistake. The Roman soldiers held firm, their shields interlocked, their spears thrust out like a deadly forest. The Cimbri attack faltered. Then, the Roman discipline told. Wave after wave of Cimbri warriors were cut down. The sun, high in the sky, played a part too. It blinded the Cimbri. The Roman reserves then charged. It was too much for the barbarians. Their lines broke. They were routed. It was a massacre. The Cimbri were wiped out. Vercellae was a turning point in Roman history. It showed the world that Rome was still strong. It also made Marius the most powerful man in Rome. But the victory came at a cost. Many Roman soldiers had died. The Roman Republic was changing. The army was now a powerful force. It could make or break leaders. This would lead to civil war in the years to come. The Battle of Vercellae was a decisive victory for Rome. It marked the end of the Cimbrian threat. It also ushered in a new era in Roman history, an era of Roman dominance but also of internal conflict. The reforms of Marius helped to make the Roman army the most powerful fighting force in the world. The victory solidified Gaius Marius's reputation as one of Rome's greatest military leaders. His reforms and victories paved the way for the transformation of the Roman Republic into the Roman Empire. The success of Marius and his professional army highlighted the increasing importance of military support in Roman politics, setting a precedent for future military leader. In summary, the Battle of Vercellae was a pivotal moment in Roman history, showcasing the effectiveness of Marius's military reforms and ending a significant external threat to the Republic. If you have any questions, you can ask them by commenting below. Also, if you like this video, click on the like button. By subscribing to our channel, you'll be able to learn more on different historical events, so do it now.